Hello guys, how's it going? Right now I'm watching a video on longboarding. Guys going at least probably like 70 miles per hour, probably 60. Pretty dangerous terrain, probably high elevation. I don't know where it is, but just pretty hopeful about the future, everything. Hopeful about. Well, I'm not like truly over consumed with optimism. Like, I have a portion of good stress. Just thinking about how other people are doing. Like, certain people I know in my life, they're not doing so well, but there's certain people in my life that are actually doing pretty good. In a sense where you don't measure specific aspects of their life, Like, for example, like, instead of focusing on their work portfolio perspective, it's more like what they do in other places in their life where it approximates, it accumulates, and you get to see a certain person's stats, like statistics. Because she says that they're lengthy, but the bigger one. However, we don't have to measure through statistics or stats because there is a multi-layered aspect to whatever. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, It's like just having a way to generate what you're trying to do can act as an accumulation, a well of possibility and probability that just does well, I suppose. Because I'm the doctor doesn't mean that it's weird. I don't even know if I chose this name. It just happens to be the name that I chose a while back. Probably hundreds of years ago. A long time ago. Where things were different. On the lands of Arcadia. With the spirals and the singing mountains. How they interacted. Oscillating, vibrating, resonant, current, fluctuating without a clear, distinct order. It's still grand beyond comprehension, even at a youth, because there were some visits there. But just understand that this is purely symbolic. I'm not really literal about everything I say. But obviously I do these videos not just for people's amusement, but I do it to grow and actually perform more accustomed to what I need to exhilarate through my life, I would say. Kind of time consuming. But it's not typically time consuming. As you hear, it's just the way you frame it. So, articulating through the performance outlet in derivative statistics, if it falls, it underflows. If it overflows, then it positions next or mid flow, depending on left, middle, and right, or any position that it actually is in. Sometimes you don't know the position of the difference engine for how it navigates because it doesn't have a strict goal. You build a like tech and you almost assume that it has some sort of guide to it or some sort of substitute over what it actually does, or even if it actually does what you think it does, then there would be other perspectives or navigations present from past mode, future tense, normal, linguistic perception. But it's not terribly exact, I would say. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it determines on the way you communicate instead of a strict empathy for whatever is around you. You think in lines, like lines everywhere. Ow. Weird. Anyways, kind of weird how that was only 6 minutes and it felt like a summation of 100 years or 200 years. But it wasn't really noticeable. Kind of weird, right? Interesting. So it's reflective on causal reflection or refraction or however you think about it. Depends. It depends on a lot of stuff.